Zemen Taybeen is a term we Arabs call Generation X and before. It translates into the time of the good people. So basically, we're referring to the good old days. Now our kids are mostly Generation Z and Alpha. Honestly, I had to look them up because it's too difficult keeping up with all these labels. I think you'll agree with me that we, Generation X, pride ourselves in being the best generation ever. We can drive stick. We were the first video gamers, and of course, we played outside. We got the best of both worlds, new and old. Here in the Middle East, in the Zemen al-Taybeen period, there was no Arabic word for bullying, which we now call tanammur. It was just kids causing trouble and being normal. But were we truly so? Normal, I mean. I don't think anyone likes to believe they are mentally ill or defected. You know, crazy. Most of us believe we are normal. But are we really? I mentioned labels earlier, so here are a few more for you. Narcissism, OCD, OCPD, low self-esteem, different phobias, in my particular case, fear of heights and needles, daddy issues, fear of intimacy, depression, anger management issues, childhood emotional neglect, and the list goes on. All of us from Zemen al-Taybeen face at least one or more of these issues, whether we'd like to admit it or not, due to bad childhood experiences, and in many cases, I'm sorry to say, bad parenting. Whether our parents were too strict or too authoritarian, or whether you had a good relationship with your parents or hated their guts. So I'll ask the question again. Are we normal? Apparently not. So how are we psychopaths expected to raise normal kids in such fast-paced times? None of us in this time have ever witnessed a worldwide pandemic, and none of us are mentally or emotionally ready to handle distance learning. We are in over our heads. I still believe that I'm luckier than my parents. They survived a major war, and they had to travel to 4 different countries until they could finally settle down and try to raise a family. Which means they had their own issues, and I guess they got messed up in their own way. Now back to the issue in hand, which is, how do you raise our kids to be normal while facing so many struggles ourselves? There is no doubt that we are doing our best to give our children better opportunities than we had, without spoiling them. Deciding when to be tough and when to be lenient with my kids is an ongoing challenge.
Stay still. Yeah. 1, 2.
And of course, we are making some mistakes and will continue to make mistakes in the future because we are imperfect, but we're trying. I know I was harsh earlier, calling people crazy and psychopaths. Now I'm gonna try to explain how we are in fact truly normal. Let's take one psychopath as an example. A person who cuts open another person's chest, takes their heart out and holds it, with their hands filled with blood and tissue, while remaining emotionally distant, is someone we would mostly agree is a pure psychopath. But isn't that exactly what a heart surgeon does? Don't we need such psychopaths? Another person who lacks life and social skills, such as connectedness, intimacy, and bonding, will focus more on intellectual and academic skills. This person will have huge potential to become a great scientist. Also, narcissists, who want to be in a place where they shine the most and do the least. Public admiration will help promote them. They will be superstars in the entertainment industry, or could be social media celebrities. And how about political leaders? A final example is someone who has obsessive-compulsive personality disorder, OCPD, not to be confused with OCD, obsessive-compulsive disorder. This person has the compulsion to perform and is very task and goal-oriented. One of the causes of this is having overbearing parents who showed little care. Here, a person was unable to properly develop emotion and empathy. So imagine compensating for that by putting all the care, love, attention, and skill you have in one thing or project. You would excel outstandingly in that project. Could this be the case with the most famous entrepreneurs of our time? What I'm trying to say is that, regardless of all our flaws, insecurities, and overall craziness, it turns out that we really are normal, whether we are from Zemen al-Taybeen or any other generation. And our kids will be normal no matter how bad we mess them up. Our kids have access to social media and different technology. They are amazed by what they see and interact with online. Little do they know that much of it is fake. When dealing with the real world, where there are no filters to make it look pretty, they are surprised at how tough it is. It's not as easy as it looks. You don't get something just because you want it. You have to work for it, and even then, you won't always be successful. Here, their self-image and self-esteem get demolished, and this causes depression. They're getting instant gratification with today's technology. They don't have to wait 1 week to watch the next episode of their favorite TV show. They can simply watch it online, anytime, anywhere. They don't have to go out for shopping. Anything they want or need is a click of a button away. So how do we teach them patience? How do we teach them to seek better and more meaningful relationships rather than seeking refuge on a device? How do we teach them to be well-spoken and prep them for interviews, for future schools and work? How do we teach them to value what they have, like family, good health, and a good education, rather than having cool skins on Fortnite, or having better video gaming gear? How do we teach them to be tough and think independently? They shouldn't care what anyone thinks as long as they're doing the right thing. I still can't believe that online bullying is a thing. I'm not undermining it, it's just weird to me. In my days, you just punched someone, in the body if they were your friend, and in the face if you really hated them. I think that we can't blame today's generation or compare them to us, for times have changed. The rules have changed, as well as the variables. My personal belief is that the most successful ingredient in any relationship is communication. It doesn't matter what I talk to my kids about, as long as we simply talk. That's how we get to know and understand each other. In conclusion, and on a positive note, I don't want to worry about labels or what to call stuff. I'd rather focus on the task in hand, which now is taking care of my family and trying to create and maintain a happy life for us. There's no app for that. I would like to hear what you think and how you face the challenges of the generation gap. Tell me all about it in the comments. Thank you for hanging in there till the end of this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to check out my Patreon link in the description below.